Tesla has just officially flicked the switch. They've given access recently to Ford electric car owners to use the entire supercharger network, all 15,000 superchargers across the United States. This has doubled access for Ford electric car owners to the amount of chargers that they have. Their charging experience now will be infinitely better than what it was before. But Tesla have also, they're also about to flip on the switch for all other EV manufacturers to use their charging network. Now, this is technically a good day for electric vehicle owners, not just for Ford owners. It's great for everyone. As Tesla grants supercharger access to more automakers over the coming weeks, EV adoption will improve unquestionably across the country as driving range and charging concerns continue to get better. Prices as well. I mean, there's no longer a price parity. I just talked about that in a separate video. There's no longer a price parity to buy an EV. So there's less and less of a reason not to make the change. The opening of the Tesla network about doubles the number of fast chargers available to the general public. And everyone's talking about how this will benefit other people, the general public, and about it will benefit EV adoption. But I believe people are kind of ignoring another significant thing that is also about to happen. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Tesla stock has been battered over the past 12 months, although the past probably 4 or 5 months in particular. Now, there's a lot of people who own Tesla stock and they're hurting. I get it. It makes sense. But if you consider the facts here, realistically, Tesla own 50% of DC fast chargers in the United States. They've well and truly sewn up the market, and they're increasing their deployment of EV fast chargers extremely quickly. They're reliable. If you had a choice, right, and you were driving your Ford F-150 Lightning, would you choose to use Electrify America, or would you choose a Tesla fast charger? You wouldn't even bother going to Electrify America. You wouldn't even just think about it. The choice would be obvious. Tesla can make potentially billions of dollars, say analysts, by opening up their supercharger network. Selling memberships to non-Tesla owners will be big business over the coming years. This is like Netflix, guys. How many people have Netflix, Amazon Prime, maybe subscriptions to Paramount Plus, a few other things, Apple, Disney? I mean, you just go, well, you know what? I need it. Now, if you want to get cheap Tesla charging, you need to pay for a subscription. The fee's not much. It's only, $11 a month, something like that. But that will add up. Think about it. Eventually, all cars being driven on the roads will be EVs. Now, it's going to take quite a while to get to that point, but eventually it'll happen. But eventually, as well as that, all cars being sold, all new cars, will be EVs. And if Tesla has half of America's gas station market, what will be the new gas stations, electric chargers, then how much money can Tesla potentially make? Well, the Tesla supercharger network is officially open to all electric vehicles, and more OEMs will be joining the program. They'll be installing Tesla Next chargers on their cars. You drive away from the dealership, you know your vehicle has a Tesla Next charger. You know Tesla's network works. That's where you're probably going to go. Last year, several automakers decided to adopt Tesla's North American charging standard, and it started with Ford. And they kind of led the domino effect. Ford CEO Jim Farley said that it works great. Now, non-Tesla EV owners have the ability to use the network, and the advantage is very clear. It's fast, it's reliable, it's vast, it's everywhere. According to Electric, this advantage still comes at a considerable cost. Tesla is charging Ford owners and non-Tesla vehicle owners 30% more on average than it does someone who owns a Tesla. There's a catch though. Non-Tesla owners who want to pay Tesla prices at a supercharger, they can, as long as they sign up for a monthly $13 membership plan. Now, millions of subscribers will eventually sign up for this plan. I mean, it's not a lot of money, $13 a month. Why wouldn't you? One analyst who spoke to CNBC said he expects Tesla to make between $6 to $12 billion annually. $6 to $12 billion annually in subscriptions, and simply for the cost of people paying for charging. Another analyst from Wedbush said in August of last year that he thought the supercharger network was worth between 10 to $20 billion by 2030. Those are big numbers. Now, I don't know if it's going to get to those numbers, but it could. And if it does, well, Tesla's share price today could be a lot bigger within the space of a few short years. Now, last year, Tesla made a record $1.8 billion on carbon credits alone. In fact, they've made $9 billion for basically thin air over the past 4 years. Some believe that as the transition to EVs continues, this revenue stream will eventually disappear. And it has to eventually, doesn't it? When everyone's buying EVs, Tesla can no longer sell carbon credits to other automakers. The income generated, though, from non-Tesla EV charging fees is one of the ways that Tesla plans to supplement its income. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that Tesla's cost to build its new supercharger stations is a fraction of that of other manufacturers. We know that. That's an undisputed fact. Tesla builds them very, very quickly, and it builds them at approximately 20% of the cost of other EV charging networks. Now, if Tesla is considered the national charging standard, then it's kind of like what you do when you get an EV. You just drive to a Tesla charger and charge it up because that's what your brain is trained to think. And what's the next thing you do? You sign up for the $13 subscription fee. Now, will this diminish interest in Tesla as a brand? Maybe, maybe not. It really depends on what Tesla does do with their new $25,000 electric car. But either way, guys, this is billions of dollars that I think the market is not factoring in to the current price of Tesla. Now, experts are saying Tesla is not a growth story, but they're not assessing fairly the reality here. Tesla just turned on the growth. All it had to do was agree for other automakers to use its superchargers. Thanks for watching.